The distress signal. The vast emptiness of deep space stretched before the ESS horizon like an endless canvas of darkness, punctuated by distant starlight. Commander Elena Rodriguez sat in her command chair, her fingers tracing the holographic displays that surrounded her. After 6 months of routine planetary surveys, the crew had settled into a comfortable rhythm of exploration and scientific observation. Lieutenant Marcus Chen, the ship's communications specialist, was the first to notice something unusual. A faint, irregular pulse began to dance across his monitoring systems, a pattern that defied conventional communication protocols. His brow furrowed as he adjusted the signal filters, trying to make sense of the transmission. "Commander," Marcus called out, his voice cutting through the quiet hum of the ship's systems, "I'm picking up an anomalous signal. It doesn't match any known communication standards in our database." Elena moved closer to his station, her eyes scanning the rapidly changing data streams. The signal was weak but persistent, carrying an underlying tone of desperation that seemed to resonate beyond mere mechanical transmission. "Run it through the universal translator," she ordered, her military training keeping her voice steady despite the growing sense of intrigue. The ship's advanced AI began processing the signal, breaking down its complex layers. Minutes passed in tense silence. Then, suddenly, a message began to take shape, fragmented but increasingly clear. "Help. Critical failure. Cannot sustain. Last hope." The words were accompanied by spatial coordinates that seemed to originate from a region of space previously marked as unexplored. The transmission suggested a civilization in dire straits, broadcasting a distress call that had traveled countless light years. Dr. Aisha Kapoor, the ship's lead xenobiologist, joined them at the communications station. Her analytical mind was already processing the potential scenarios. "The signal's composition suggests an advanced technological civilization," she remarked. "But the level of desperation in the transmission is unprecedented." Commander Rodriguez knew they faced a critical decision. Responding to the signal meant deviating from their primary mission, potentially risking the ship and crew for an unknown alien civilization. But the humanitarian instinct that drove human space exploration ran deep. "Marcus, can you stabilize the signal?" she asked. Lieutenant Chen worked quickly, his fingers dancing across the holographic interface. "Partially. Whatever's happening at the source is causing significant interference, but I can confirm the coordinates and basic transmission parameters." Elena looked around the bridge. Her crew, a diverse group of scientists, engineers, and explorers, watched her with a mixture of curiosity and anticipation. They had all volunteered for this mission, understanding that exploration meant embracing the unknown. "Dr. Kapoor, analyze everything we've received. I want a comprehensive report on potential risks and mission parameters within the hour," she commanded. "Lieutenant Chen, continue monitoring the signal. See if you can extract any additional information." The next hour was a flurry of activity. Advanced computer systems worked to decode the mysterious transmission, cross-referencing it with astronomical data and known stellar cartography. Dr. Kapoor's initial report painted a compelling picture. "The signal originates from a star system approximately 62 light-years from our current position," she explained, highlighting a three-dimensional star map. "Initial scans suggest a planet with extreme environmental conditions. The technological signature indicates a civilization capable of interstellar communication, but something has gone catastrophically wrong." As the crew gathered more information, the magnitude of the potential crisis became clear. Whatever civilization had sent this signal was facing total extinction, and they were reaching out to anyone who might listen. Commander Rodriguez made her decision. "Plot an intercept course," she told the navigation officer. "We're going to investigate." The ESS Horizon's powerful engines hummed to life, altering their trajectory towards the mysterious distress signal. No one on the bridge spoke about the risks. They were explorers, scientists, and ultimately, representatives of humanity, a species that had always been driven by the impulse to help, to understand, and to push beyond known boundaries. Little did they know that this single decision would mark the beginning of a rescue mission that would change the course of galactic history, a testament to human resilience, compassion, and the unbreakable spirit of exploration. As the ship accelerated into the unknown, the faint, desperate signal continued to pulse, a beacon of hope traveling through the infinite darkness of space. First contact. The ESS horizon dropped out of faster-than-light travel with a subtle shimmer, entering a star system that seemed to pulse with an eerie, muted energy. Dr. Aisha Kapoor's sensor arrays came alive, filling the bridge with a complex web of holographic data points that told a story of imminent catastrophe. Incredible, she muttered, her fingers tracing the intricate environmental readings. The planet appears to be undergoing a massive geological destabilization. Its entire planetary core seems to be collapsing. Commander Elena Rodriguez studied the displays, her tactical training parsing through the scientific data. Survivors. Lieutenant Marcus Chen adjusted his communication systems, his fingers moving with practiced precision. I'm detecting multiple weak energy signatures clustered in what appears to be an underground network of facilities. They're using some kind of quantum shielding technology that's barely maintaining structural integrity. The alien civilization, now revealed on their screens, was unlike anything the human crew had encountered before. The Verzali, as their transmission had identified them, were a species that had evolved in a delicate balance with their rapidly changing homeworld. Their biology was a marvel of adaptive engineering, with bodies that could temporarily modify cellular structures to withstand short-term environmental shifts. But now, that adaptability was reaching its limit. They're essentially a civilization built on constant adaptation, Dr. Kapoor explained, bringing up detailed biological scans. Their molecular structure allows for rapid cellular reconfiguration, but the current planetary breakdown is happening faster than they can adjust. Commander Rodriguez recognized the critical window they were facing. How long do they have? Dr. Kapoor's expression was grim. Based on these readings, less than 72 hours before complete planetary collapse. Their underground facilities will become tombs. The first direct communication came unexpectedly. A holographic projection materialized on the bridge, a Verzali representative whose body seemed to shimmer and shift, as if struggling to maintain a coherent form. The being's voice was a melodic series of tones that the ship's translation matrix worked to convert into comprehensible language. We did not expect. Response. The Verzali representative said, their form flickering like a damaged hologram. Our civilization has reached its limit of adaptation. Lieutenant Chen worked furiously to stabilize the communication. They're using a communication method that's pushing the boundaries of our translation technology, he reported. Each word is like a complex molecular equation. The Verzali continued, their form becoming more unstable. Our people have survived centuries of planetary change. But this is beyond our capacity. We have studied the universe, mapped countless star systems, but we cannot save ourselves. Commander Rodriguez stepped forward, her presence calm and resolute. We are here to help. Tell us what you need. The alien's response was both a technical report and an emotional plea. The Verzali had developed an extensive underground network of research facilities and population centers. These were designed to shift and adapt with their planet's constant geological changes. But the current planetary core destabilization was happening at an unprecedented rate, faster than their most advanced predictive models could have imagined. We need extraction, the Verzali representative finally said. But our rescue technologies are designed for molecular transformation, not mass relocation. We cannot simply move. Dr. Kapoor saw the challenge immediately. The Verzali rescue technologies were so specialized to their unique biological needs that traditional human extraction methods would be useless. Their entire technological infrastructure was built around their ability to temporarily alter their molecular structure. We'll need to develop a completely custom extraction protocol, she told the commander privately. Their biology is so different from anything we've encountered that standard rescue procedures won't work. The bridge crew watched in a mixture of scientific fascination and growing determination. This was more than a rescue mission. It was a first contact scenario that would test the very limits of human adaptability and problem solving. Commander Rodriguez knew they were facing a challenge that would require every ounce of human ingenuity. The Verzali had reached out across the vast emptiness of space, hoping for a miracle, and humanity, with its long history of overcoming seemingly impossible obstacles, was about to answer that call. "Prepare a full mission analysis," she ordered. "We're going to save an entire civilization." The ESS Horizon hung in space, a beacon of hope for a dying world, a testament to humanity's unwavering commitment to life, regardless of its form or origin. Preparation and challenges. The engineering bay of the ESS Horizon transformed into a hub of frantic innovation. Engineers, scientists, and mission specialists worked around the clock, tackling a challenge that seemed to defy every conventional rescue protocol. The Verzali's unique biological structure demanded an entirely new approach to extraction. Dr. Elena Rodriguez set up a dedicated task force, bringing together the most creative minds on the ship. Dr. Kai Chen, the lead biomechanical engineer, stood at the center of a holographic display that showed the intricate molecular structure of the Verzali physiology. "We can't use traditional transportation methods," Kai explained, manipulating the holographic image with precise hand movements. "Their cellular structure is more like a living quantum computer than a traditional biological organism. When they say they transform, they're not speaking metaphorically. They literally reconfigure their molecular composition." Lieutenant Maya Rodriguez, the mission's technical specialist, brought up a series of complex simulations. Standard protective suits would crush them. Their bodies are designed to shift density and molecular alignment in response to environmental stress. Any rigid containment would be fatal. The challenge was multifaceted. The Verzali needed a rescue method that would allow for constant molecular reconfiguration, provide stable environmental conditions, prevent cellular degradation during transport, accommodate their unique physiological responses to stress. Dr. Aisha Kapoor introduced a breakthrough concept. "We'll need to create a quantum adaptive containment field," she proposed, "something that can dynamically adjust its parameters in real time, matching the Verzali's molecular shifts." The engineering team worked through multiple iterations. Standard human rescue technologies were designed for rigid, predictable biological systems. The Verzali were anything but predictable. Their bodies were living algorithms, constantly solving survival equations at the molecular level. Chief Engineer Marcus Wong developed a prototype containment system using experimental quantum adaptive materials. "It's like creating a living, breathing protective environment," he explained, showing a demonstration of a shimmering, almost liquid-like protective field. "The containment field will literally move and change with each individual Verzali, maintaining their preferred molecular configuration." Simultaneous to the technical preparations, the mission planning team worked on environmental and logistical challenges. The Verzali's home planet was experiencing catastrophic geological destabilization. Their underground facilities, massive, intricate structures that could shift and adapt, were now becoming their potential tomb. "We'll need to extract approximately 250,000 individuals," Commander Rodriguez briefed the team, "and we have less than 48 hours before complete planetary collapse." The rescue plan took shape through countless iterations. Specialized quantum adaptive transport pods were designed. Each pod would function like a living membrane, capable of maintaining the precise environmental conditions each Verzali individual required. It was more than a rescue. It was a complex, living translation of an entire civilization. Dr. Kai Chen's team ran continuous simulations. They discovered that each Verzali would require a slightly different containment approach. Their molecular structures were as unique as human fingerprints, influenced by age, recent environmental exposures, and individual genetic variations. "It's like we're creating 250,000 unique life support systems," Maya remarked, watching the complex algorithms dance across her screens. "Each one a perfect, personalized survival solution. The ship's resources were pushed to their absolute limit. Every system was recalibrated, every piece of technology reimagined to meet this unprecedented challenge. The human crew worked with a combination of scientific precision and almost spiritual determination. Commander Rodriguez understood the magnitude of their mission. This wasn't just about saving an alien civilization. It was about proving humanity's capacity for compassion, innovation, and problem-solving on an interstellar scale. "We're not just rescuing a species," she told her team during a critical planning session. "We're demonstrating what humanity represents, our ability to look beyond our own immediate needs, to solve problems that seem impossible, to extend a hand to those who are fundamentally different from us." As the final preparations were completed, the ESS Horizon hummed with a collective energy. They were about to attempt something that had never been done before, a rescue mission that challenged every conventional understanding of biology, technology, and survival. The countdown to planetary collapse had begun. Humanity's most ambitious rescue mission was about to be put to the ultimate test. The rescue operation. The planet's surface looked like a nightmare of geological chaos. Massive fissures split the ground, revealing molten rivers of planetary core material that bubbled and churned with destructive energy. The ESS Horizon's advanced sensor arrays showed a world literally tearing itself apart, a testament to the urgency of their mission. Commander Elena Rodriguez stood on the bridge, her eyes fixed on the holographic displays that tracked their rescue teams. "Status report," she called out. Lieutenant Maya Rodriguez managed the quantum adaptive containment system. "Deployment teams are in position. First wave of extraction is ready to begin." The rescue plan was a marvel of human engineering and adaptive thinking. Instead of traditional landing craft, the teams would use quantum phase transporters, devices that could penetrate the unstable geological zones and reach the deeply buried Verzali facilities. Dr. Kai Chen led the first extraction team. His protective suit was a marvel of technology, designed to withstand the extreme environmental conditions while maintaining a direct quantum link with the ship's adaptive containment systems. As they descended into the planet's collapsing underground network, the true extent of the Verzali situation became clear. Their entire civilization was built within a complex, living infrastructure that had begun to fail catastrophically. "Approaching first cluster," Kai reported. "Structural integrity is degrading faster than our initial models predicted." The Verzali facilities were unlike any human-built structure. They were part architecture, part living organism, capable of minor molecular shifts to distribute stress and maintain stability. But now, those adaptive mechanisms were overwhelmed. The first group of Verzali they encountered were huddled in a rapidly collapsing chamber. Their bodies flickered and shifted, a visual representation of their desperate attempts to survive. Dr. Chen activated the quantum adaptive containment pods. "Initiating extraction," he called out. The pods weren't just containers. They were living interfaces that communicated directly with the Verzali's molecular structure. Each extraction was a delicate dance of technology and biology. The pods would momentarily synchronize with the Verzali individual's molecular configuration, creating a perfect, personalized survival environment. It was like capturing a complex, living algorithm and transferring it intact. Commander Rodriguez watched from the ship, monitoring every detail. "We're not just moving bodies," she reminded her crew. "We're preserving an entire civilization's essence." The planetary destabilization accelerated. Massive geological shifts threatened to crush the underground facilities. The human rescue teams worked with a precision that defied the chaotic environment. Where Verzali rescue technologies had failed, human adaptability and technological innovation prevailed. Lieutenant Maya Rodriguez managed the quantum synchronization systems. "Each pod is maintaining a perfect molecular match," she reported. "Zero cellular degradation detected." Hours passed in a blur of intense activity. The rescue teams moved from cluster to cluster, extracting groups of Verzali with increasing efficiency. Their adaptive suits and quantum phase transporters allowed them to navigate conditions that would have been instantly fatal to any other species. Dr. Aisha Kapoor monitored the biological data. "Their cellular structure is incredible," she marveled. "But our technology is keeping pace with their molecular shifts. We're literally saving them at the quantum level." As the final hours of planetary stability ticked away, the rescue teams pushed themselves to the absolute limit. The ESS Horizon's cargo bays transformed into living ecosystems, each section carefully calibrated to maintain the precise conditions each group of Verzali required. Chief Engineer Marcus Wong managed the ship's life support systems. "We're maintaining stable environments for 250,000 individual molecular configurations," he reported. "It's like juggling 250,000 unique living puzzles." In the last critical moments, as the planet began its final, catastrophic collapse, the human rescue teams completed their mission. The last Verzali were extracted mere minutes before entire sections of the underground network disintegrated. Commander Rodriguez watched the planet's final moments on the display. A world that had been home to an entire civilization was now nothing more than a rapidly expanding field of planetary debris. "All teams, report in," she commanded. One by one, the rescue teams confirmed their status. Every single Verzali had been successfully extracted. They had done the impossible. Humanity had just saved an entire alien civilization from certain extinction. As the ESS Horizon prepared to jump to a safe location, the magnitude of their achievement began to sink in. They hadn't just conducted a rescue mission. They had proven that compassion, innovation, and determination could overcome the most insurmountable challenges. Aftermath and reflection. The ESS Horizon drifted in a carefully selected star system, its massive cargo bays now transformed into a temporary home for an entire alien civilization. What had begun as a desperate rescue mission had become something far more profound, a testament to the depths of human compassion and technological innovation. In the ship's largest observation deck, the Verzali leadership gathered to meet with Commander Elena Rodriguez and her core team. The once flickering, molecularly unstable beings now moved with a newfound stability, their gratitude almost palpable in the air. Zarakel, the primary Verzali representative, approached Commander Rodriguez. Their form was now more defined, no longer desperately shifting to survive, but calm and purposeful. The translation systems picked up not just words, but the complex emotional undertones of their communication. "We have studied countless civilizations," Zarakel began, "but never have we encountered a species capable of such comprehensive salvation." Dr. Aisha Kapoor stood nearby, her scientific curiosity piqued. The rescue had been more than a physical extraction. It had been a quantum-level preservation of an entire species' existence. Each Verzali had been saved not just physically, but with their entire molecular identity intact. Commander Rodriguez listened carefully. The diplomatic implications of this rescue were immense. Humanity had just demonstrated a level of technological and humanitarian capability that would reshape interstellar relations. "We didn't see it as a choice," she explained. "When a civilization is in danger, helping is simply what we do." The ship's logs would later reveal the full extent of the rescue. 250,000 Verzali had been extracted in a mission that pushed the boundaries of known science. Every individual had been preserved with such precision that their unique molecular signatures remained unchanged, a feat that seemed impossible by any previous technological standards. Lieutenant Maya Rodriguez managed the ongoing support systems. The quantum adaptive containment technology they had developed was already being studied by the Verzali scientists. It represented a breakthrough that would revolutionize rescue and preservation technologies across the galaxy. Dr. Kai Chen presented the technical details to the Verzali Scientific Council. "We essentially created a living, adaptive environment that could match your molecular complexity in real time," he explained. The Verzali scientists were in awe, not just of the technology, but of the philosophy behind it. The human crew had done more than save a species. They had demonstrated a fundamental approach to survival that was uniquely human. adaptability, innovation, and an unwavering commitment to preserving life in all its forms. As days turned into weeks, the Verzali began to understand the true nature of their rescuers. Humanity wasn't just technologically advanced. They were driven by a deep, almost inexplicable desire to help, to solve, to overcome. Zarakel shared historical records with the human crew. The Verzali had long believed that advanced civilizations would be purely rational, calculating their interactions based on immediate benefit. Humanity shattered that perception completely. "You risked everything," Zarakel said during a pivotal meeting. "With no guarantee of success, no promised reward. You simply saw life in danger and chose to act." Commander Rodriguez reflected on the mission. Every human on the ESS Horizon understood that they had done something extraordinary. They had saved an entire civilization not through military might or political maneuvering, but through pure, unadulterated problem-solving and compassion. The Verzali began to share their advanced knowledge. Quantum communication technologies, molecular adaptation techniques, planetary stabilization research, all became part of a new collaborative effort. What had started as a rescue mission was becoming a profound cultural exchange. As the ESS Horizon prepared to help the Verzali establish a new home, the magnitude of their achievement became clear. They had not just saved a species, they had demonstrated the very best of what it meant to be human. Lieutenant Marcus Chen captured the moment perfectly in his personal log. "We went out into the stars not to conquer, not to exploit, but to help. And in doing so, we showed the universe what humanity truly represents." The rescue of the Verzali would become more than a historical event. It would become a legend, a story told across countless worlds about the day humanity proved that compassion could be the most powerful technology of all. As the first light of a new dawn touched the ship's observation deck, humans and Verzali stood together, survivors, rescuers, and now friends. The universe had witnessed something extraordinary. Humanity had once again transformed the impossible into the achievable.